Thank you. All right, we're going to get started. Welcome, everybody. Holy cow. I'm so excited. Firstly, I want to thank you guys for taking time to be with us tonight. We completely understand that there are so many other things that you could be doing right this second. We know how crazy January can be, especially with some of these weather issues we're having. And so thank you for that, number one. Secondly, I just want you to know that whoever invited you here tonight, they clearly saw something in you. You know, it's actually really hard to invite someone to a webinar or to learn about something. It's a hard thing to do, but they did it. And just know, I feel like that's such a huge compliment that they feel like this, that their team, that this group, that this would be a good fit for you. So what's so important to know is regardless, when this evening is over, that you reach back out to the coach that invited you. And when you guys come on, if you would not mind just muting yourselves, that would be helpful because there's going to be a lot of people on here. Thank you so much. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Shane Fryer. I have been a coach for 5.5 years. And 5.5 years ago, guys, I was doing pretty much what you're doing right this very second. I was sitting in my bed, I was multitasking, and I was listening to this guy, Keith. I didn't know who he was, and I'm listening to him talk to me about this business that I could operate on my phone. And I was like, wow. And that was a very pivotal moment. And so with that, I hope you know how amazing it is that you're here. And please just know that you're in the right place at the right time. So when I was listening to this webinar, I was 37 years old. My kids were 4 and 8. I was a full-time social worker in a children's court. And my kids were in daycare all day. And then what I did after work every single day, 6 days a week, is I picked them up from 2 different places. I brought them to the gym. I fed them chicken nuggets in the car. And I went to the gym for 90 minutes. And then I threw them in the car. My son was usually asleep. And we went home and we did everything everybody else does. And then I woke up and I did it all over again. And it was kind of like Groundhog Day over and over and over. Now, things weren't bad. I had a good state job. My husband had a good job. But the truth was, we really didn't have enough money at the end of the month. There was just way too much month. And we had significant credit card debt. And we were living in this shoebox home that we were literally busting out of in an area in Connecticut where the school district was not up to par. And I had tons of anxiety around the school system for when my kids were going to get older. My job, like I said, was a good job, but there was pay freezes for 3 years in a row. There was no room for me to grow. I didn't have the ability to try to, get a promotion. Basically, this was going to be it. So that's kind of where I was in my life. It wasn't horrible, but that's kind of where I was. And I remember always thinking when I left the house each day, like, there's nothing that makes me excited to get in the car. Like, I wasn't inspired. I did what I had to do, right? Isn't that what we do? You go to school, you get a job, and you do that till you're 65. I mean, right? And I just never felt any level of excitement. It just, things were okay. And, I kind of accepted that, but I was always thinking, what else can I do? What else can I do? There's got to be something else. And when money got so tight, I said, okay, should I waitress? Should I bartend? Because that's how I got through college. But guys, I didn't want to be out till 3 a.m. Like, I couldn't imagine that. I was already away from my kids all day. So I honestly didn't know what to do. And it's almost like this just kind of fell in my lap because it was just a normal Tuesday night. I will never forget it. An average Tuesday night at the gym. And I was introduced to our flagship product, Shakeology. And I remember looking at this bag going like, why this shake? I always did protein shakes. I'm like, but why this shake? And I thought about it, and I did a lot of research. I did a week's worth of research because I wanted to understand like, why would this be worth the investment? And I realized I needed it. I realized, I had to do this for me, for my fitness, because I was plateaued. My nutrition was horrible. I had lean cuisine every day because it took 3 minutes. That's the truth. But when the coach was sharing with me about Shakeology, he said this, this is also a business opportunity. The lights went off because I already was wondering, what am I going to do? What else can I do? How can I supplement my income? And I just feel like the stars aligned. I was immediately intrigued because of the financial mess that we were in, and I was already going to do something else anyway. So, guys, I say that because of that one night, because of that invitation to listen to this guy Keith and this webinar, the same as you're doing tonight, changed my life. Keith, you're always going to make me cry. Whenever I'm kind of surrounded in this environment, I get very emotional because 2 years ago, I was able to retire from that job. And that was never my intention. My intention was to pay my mortgage, to help not transfer money and borrow money. And I have retired from my job, but also moved out of that shoebox home into a house, honestly, I thought only other people deserved. And all of that happened because I was invited and I listened and I was open, and then I got to work. And so with that being said, I want to introduce Keith Callahan, who is a dad of 4 with 1 on the way. He lives in Massachusetts. He's a husband. He's been a coach for 8 years, guys, and he hit the Millionaires Club at year 3.5. He's a 10-star diamond coach. He has 25,000 coaches in his downline. I am one of them. And over 75 6-figure earners in his downline. With that being said, thank you for listening. And Keith, I'll give you the floor.
I forgot to unmute myself, Shane. Holy, I was like all taken aback and like getting emotional with everything you said. And I started talking and there was nothing coming out. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to share tonight. I'm just grateful for this opportunity. I'll be honest, everybody, like whenever it's time to jump on and share like this, I sit down and I say a prayer before it and really get into a space. And there's so many people that I've worked with and so many people that our lives have been completely blessed and completely transformed by this business. And sometimes the motivation is hard because I don't need to do this anymore. Like, I don't need we have more money than we need to, we're set. The kids' colleges are set. Everything's set. And it's been such a blessing for our family. And then deeper than that, it's been a blessing, to be able to, tonight you're going to hear, you heard a little bit from Shane, but you're going to hear from Jesse as well. It's been a blessing to be able to do this with friends too, to be able to walk arm in arm with friends and watch their lives be transformed. So it's sort of a full circle thing. And then it's like, okay, so why do we still do this? And it's because you can't not do it. It's because there's other people out there that somebody reached out to me. My sponsor reached out to me and he introduced this opportunity to me. And if he hadn't had done that, all the blessings that have come into my life through this opportunity would have never happened. So now it's just it's about the story. It's about somebody, I started off talking about that prayer, and what it finished with was, if somebody can have that aha moment in their life, like if that can happen on tonight's webinar, if you can be here and you can be watching this webinar, and maybe you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're sick and tired of the hustle, you're sick and tired of not having enough money left at the end of the month, you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired all the time. Like, if just one person, if we can get through to you tonight, and you can say, you know what, there is an opportunity, because we're going to present to you an opportunity that has the ability to change your life. It has the ability to change your life on a physical level. It has the ability to change your life on a financial level. But I'll be honest with you guys, that's not the real part of this. The mental, the emotional, and dare I say the spiritual level, like that's where the gift is with this business. It has the ability to change your life on so many different levels. And what we're also going to share with you is simple. It's not easy, but this is a very, very simple business opportunity that we're going to present. And it has the ability to change your life if you do the work. I'm going to go ahead, and I just want to make sure that I do this right. So Shane or Jesse, when I set this up, I'm going to do a screen share here, guys. And all right, are we good? Is it like fully set up now?
Yes, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a really handsome guy there in a picture. This is how good I am at putting slides. So here's a perfect example, guys. You don't have to be that creative. As you can see, there's like a little mouse dot over that picture. That's actually on the picture. That's not my mouse, because I couldn't figure out how to get it up. All right. So welcome to the Beachbody Coaching Business Opportunity Webinar. My name's Keith Callahan. I recommend having a pen and paper handy when we go through this, just so you can jot down any notes, any questions that you have, and you can get back in touch with the person who invited you here. So let's roll. This is my favorite slide, guys. Just kidding. So for the legal team, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach Opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. Translated, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is something that you have to work at. This is a business opportunity. So let's get into it. I'm going to try to go quick tonight, guys, because I want you to have the opportunity to hear from Jesse as well, and I'm sure Shane will be chiming in a little bit more. But I want to start just talking about my story, how I got started with this company. So it was actually 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I went through one of the hardest times of my life, and I was struggling with anxiety. I was struggling with depression. I was 30 years old, and I had just lost a business, just lost my fiance, and just lost my house. So all of that stuff happened. And I remember somebody inviting me, it was actually my sponsor, inviting me to do P90X with them. And I kind of didn't, at that time, Beachbody wasn't as popular as they are now. And I kind of shunned it off. I was like, what am I going to get from an at-home fitness workout? And I went through that program, and I did it 100% for all 90 days. And it changed my life. It changed my life because I was the person that would do something like 90% of the way. Do you ever feel like, do you know somebody like that? Or maybe that's someone like you. Like, I would do it 90% of the way, and then I wouldn't finish. And the piece that changed my life with this program was I finished it. And I'll tell you what, it was both finishing each workout. And you guys will chuckle, but the hardest part for me with P90X was doing the stretch in the end, because I'm the guy that goes 90%, right? So we get to the end and I don't want to do the stretch, but I did it every single day. And then those last couple of weeks, I did it every single day because I had somebody holding me accountable, and I had somebody that I was working out with. And I knew that if he was doing it, if he was out there doing the workouts, then I had to be doing it as well. And, this was even before Facebook. So we would text each other and, text a little picture and send it to each other. But, yeah, it's how I got started. And here's what happened. It changed me on the inside. It changed me from somebody who used to not finish things, who used to be afraid, who used to fail at certain things. And I felt empowered. Like, that's the best word to describe. Yeah, I got in the best shape of my life, and yeah, I lost some weight, and I had more energy and stuff like that. But I went from somebody who didn't finish things to somebody who did finish things. And that was a massive, massive shift in my life. So yeah, I got started. I did P90X and really just started out as a customer. And for the next 2 years, I didn't do anything with the business opportunity. I didn't know there was a Beachbody coaching opportunity. But I was telling all of my friends and all of my family about this opportunity. I was telling them about it because I wanted them to feel as good as I felt. I wanted them to have that. It wasn't the physical transformation. I keep mentioning that. Like, it was the internal transformation. I felt empowered and I wanted them to feel it. Eventually, though, I got signed up as a coach. So this slide always goes a little wonky. So now all these things are going to list down, but I'm kind of just going to buzz through this because I want to get to the meat and potatoes. I got signed up as a coach in May of 2010, and I decided that I was going to work part-time doing this business. And then I immediately, right when I got signed up, and I want you to think about, can you do this? I immediately went to the top 20 people that I knew. Like, these were my top 20 go-to people. And I told them about what I was doing. And I said, listen, will you do me a favor? Can you jump on a webinar just like the one you're watching right now, right? And it wasn't something that I was like, you have to get on this, you got to sign up, something like that. I was like, do me a favor, just jump on, let me know what you think. If it's something that you want to pursue, cool. If it's not, that's cool as well. And then I followed up with everyone right after they listened and watched the presentation. And I did that over and over and over again. And I want you, I really want to hammer that point home. I'm sitting here with a microphone, right? This is about as fancy as it gets for our business. I have a microphone and this nice MacBook, and I've but a $60 camera that's pointing at me. Like, that's it. But when I first started, it was a little laptop and there was nothing else. But it was, this is not a complicated business. It's an extremely simple business. I started inviting people to an opportunity like this. The people that got on, I followed up with them. Some of them signed up, some of them didn't. And I did that over and over and over again. And in January of 2011, so do the math, less than 10 months later, we were paying all of our bills through Beachbody. 10 months later, and that's all I did. I invited people to an opportunity like this. They got signed up. We got them trained. They invited people, and it started duplicating. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how that works. But it's not just me, guys. It's story after story after story. There's other people that invited you to this webinar. There's other people that are on right now that are chatting in the comments that they've had these life transforming experiences with this company. They've had their life change. They've had a change on a physical level, a financial level, a spiritual level, a mental level, an emotional level. They've had their life change, like massive life change. So what is it? Like, what are we actually doing? Who can become a Beachbody coach? Really, anyone can. The only thing that I really, here's the 2 requirements that I think you have to be successful in this business. You've got to have some type of fire in you that I call it inspiration or desperation. Like, you've got to be inspired by, and the inspiration in our industry, it comes through 2 things. It comes through this opportunity, but it also comes through our programs, like how good you feel. It comes through our community. It comes through all of that, but you're inspired. You're inspired to take action. You watch this webinar and you're inspired to do something. Or you're like I was when I first got started in this business. You're desperate. I was desperate. Like, I needed to make a change. I was a new husband. I was a new father. I had just filed a personal bankruptcy. Things had to change in my life. So you need inspiration or desperation or a combination of the both. That's what's gonna help you to become a successful coach. And then you need to be self-motivated. I'm not saying that you need to do this all on your own, because you don't. But there's not going to be somebody that's knocking on your door every day or firing you if you don't do this business. If you get signed up, you become a coach, you're an independent Team Beachbody coach. You own your own business. So you have to have that ability to, and you could be at the lowest point in your life right now, but you've got to take that step. You've got to take that step, because when you take that step, we'll take a step to match you. You take a step, you say, all right, I want to do this. What do I do? Okay, here's what you do. Here's the first 10 things. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. You don't need to be a fitness expert. You don't need to be in the best shape of your life. You don't need to have a business background. You don't need to have gone to college. You don't need to have gone to high school. You don't need to have gone to elementary school. All that you need is that motivation, that inspiration. You need to be in a position that you're ready to jump in and you're ready to make a change in your life. What we're presenting here is an absolute ground floor opportunity. This is what I said 5 years ago when Shane was talking about, when I was first, she was watching a webinar and I was talking about this. And some of the slides in this is a very similar slide deck to that opportunity, because back then we were in the United States. Now we're in the United States and Canada. And I want you to just, if you can close your eyes, and if nothing sinks in besides this one piece, I want you to know that you're there. This here, Beachbody coaching, Beachbody is right now, it's an opportunity. We're going to be in hundreds of countries 10 or 20 years from now. Hundreds of countries. And I used to do this whole big comparison. Imagine if you got in McDonald's when McDonald's was just in the United States, and you were like, oh, that McDonald's thing, that's like come and gone, right? And then it expanded into country, into country, into country. And you don't need to, you don't need to get overwhelmed and say, whoa, 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 what's this international business type thing? I just want you to wrap your mind around, this is a ground floor opportunity. This company is going to be in more people's minds, in more people's brains, in more people's hearts than something like with McDonald's. It's like, that's what we're sitting at. There's so much stuff that just happened with this company. We just switched from, everything used to be DVDs, and we just switched over. So now everything is streamed. You can literally, we have like 500 and something programs, and it's like over $7,000 worth of products that you can get in your living room, any single program, just by streaming it directly through your computer or through your TV. Like, everything is changing in this industry. Everything is changing where we're going, and it's a ground floor opportunity for you. There's three different, I want to break this down and just give you here's the nuts and bolts. Here's what we do. Here's how we do it. There's three different ways to start this business. All three ways, what I recommend is you need to go through a program. You need to be part of a challenge group. That's basically going through and being a product of the product. That's doing one of our programs, drinking Shakeology, using the nutritionals. But there's three different ways you can do it. The first way is you get signed up as a coach. After tonight's presentation, you go to the person who invited you here and you let them know that you're ready to get started. I have Nicole's story here because that's how, when my friend Nicole, when she got started in this business, here's what she did. She was like, you know what? I want to get started in this business because I want to get in shape myself. She bought P90X. She was actually at a convention with another network marketing company, signed up 3 of her friends right there. They all did P90X with her, right? Makes sense? So you want to start your fitness journey and you bring some other people along with you. Super simple. My friend Tony, he loves the gym, loved our programs already, loved everything. He wanted to do this for the business opportunity. When he signed up, his mind and where it went, and think about, are you like Nicole? Are you like Tony? When Tony signed up, where his mind went is, I want to start inviting people to this business opportunity. I want to start building a business right away. And again, Nicole was like, I want to work on my fitness journey, but I'm going to get some other people to do it with me. And then, when I got signed up, I was really both. I wanted to bring in people to do the business, and I wanted to have that accountability with people that I want to do the workouts with me and in the program. So just think about it like you're listening to this opportunity. Where do you see yourself? Because again, this is a very simple business opportunity. Do you see yourself like Nicole, where your main focus is you want to get in shape right now, but if you're going to do it, why not sign up as a coach, bring some of your buddies or your girlfriends with you and have them do it too? Or like Tony, he just wanted to run with this business opportunity because he saw it. Or with me, I wanted to do both. I wanted to share the nutritionals. I wanted to share the business opportunity. All right. So that's like 3 different approaches. The 3 different levels I want to talk about is really their time commitment levels and where you're at. Up until this point, what I've talked about in this business opportunity webinar is really higher level stuff. It's, we want to build, you want to change your life. You like this drastic type change, and it doesn't have to be that way. You can just start as a discount buyer. Both of my parents, when I got signed up, they signed up as a discount coach. They had no intention on ever coaching anyone, ever doing anything, but they knew that if they signed up as a coach, they got 25% discount on our products. So they signed up as a coach, and really it's like that level of discount buyer. And just so you know, guys, when I'm going through these, if you sign up as a coach, it's not like you have to choose discount buyer, or I'll bring the next one up, working part-time. Like, you sign up as a coach, and these are kind of the different levels that people fall into. And some people will start as a discount buyer, and then they'll become a part-time coach. And really, a part-time coach is you're working this business 5 to 20 hours a week. I believe that if you want to make a go at this, you can do it in 5 hours a week. If you're focused in for that 5 hours a week, you can really build a business. So you're working 5 to 20 hours a week, and you're looking for some extra income. And then the third way is you're working part-time towards full-time. These are the people that I love working with. Again, you're only working 5 to 20 hours a week, but what we follow is this thing called the franchise prototype model. Big fancy word, right? So the franchise, or a phrase, the franchise prototype model, to achieve the gift of financial freedom and freedom of time. This is what got me fired up about the business. When I understood what this opportunity was really about, I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity. I've been praying for an opportunity in my life. I've failed at a lot of businesses. I've failed at a lot of other things. And I saw this. I saw that there was a system set up, just like McDonald's, right? Like, if you think about McDonald's, I keep giving the McDonald's comparison. It's like the worst comparison because they're so unhealthy compared to what we do. But you understand that, right? Like, if you buy a McDonald's franchise, there's a system for you to go through. You've got to get millions of dollars and whatnot and all that, but there's a system. You're going to succeed. We have that same type system set up for you. And what we're offering you here, first, we're offering you mentorship. And I want you to really, this is an important piece. If you're looking into network marketing, there's two. Jesse, I'm going to need to take a break.
You want me to chime in? Are you okay?
I think I'm good. Let me see how I go. I'll try to talk a little softer. Every time I do this, guys, that's why I have a throat lozenger in. I'm so passionate about this stuff. Literally every time I do this, I start coughing. The mentorship piece, though. So choosing a company is the most important thing when you're looking at a network marketing business. And here's the way to know that you're with the right company. Would you use the products? Would you use the programs, whatever it is, if you are not affiliated with the company? And if the answer is no to that, don't get involved with that company. So that's the first thing. So you're with the best company, obviously. But no, and then the second most important is mentorship. And that's what we offer you on this team. That's what we're focused in on. And really what we're focusing in on is we're partnering with you. And I want you to really take this phrase in, and if you've got your pen and paper, write it down. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And what that means is, unlike any other business, every single person on this call who's a coach wants you to succeed. You're not out there by yourself to have to figure it out. You're in business for yourself. Like, you sign up as a coach, you have your own business, but you're not in business by yourself. And we have this systematic approach. We have this franchise prototype approach. Again, I don't want to go into like every single piece, but think about a McDonald's franchise. It's set up for you to succeed. And here's how it works. You get signed up as a coach. You walk, your sponsor walks. You run, your sponsor runs. You do nothing, your sponsor does nothing. And what that means is both your sponsor and, you know, what we call the collective team. We've got a lot of different smaller teams, but the team's going to support you and your sponsor is going to support you. But they're going to support your efforts. They're not going to chase after you. They're not going to make sure you did your homework and stuff like that. They're going to say, all right, here's the first thing to do. Go out and do it. You go out and do it. That type of thing. Makes sense? So it's really, it's matching your efforts. That's what we're offering with this opportunity. That's what this team offers. It's not why don't you get signed up and go do your own thing? It's a marriage. It's when you get signed up with your sponsor takes it seriously. Your sponsor wants you to succeed. Your sponsor is going to be there for you, and the collective team's going to be there for you. So what is it all about? It's a turnkey business opportunity. Again, based off of this franchise prototype where anyone, I don't care about your age, I don't care about your fitness level, I don't care about your business experience, and I don't care about your time available, because I know that's the biggest thing that we worry about. You can succeed in this if you're willing to follow the system. I'm going to go through this slide real quick, guys. How do we make money? Real simple. Two different ways. We make money through I lost my slide. All right. That's all right. I'll tell you what was on the previous slide, because I wasn't going to spend much time on it. We make money through two different ways. Retailing products, that's basically selling something to somebody, and then bringing in other people, so sponsoring other people to do the business. This slide right here shows simple math. The main product that we sell is called a challenge pack. And I'm sure the person who invited you is going to talk to you about that. But when somebody sells a challenge pack, they make roughly $70 on that challenge pack. So you see month one, you make $70, right? So what this is showing is if you signed up just one customer a month. Month two, if you sold another challenge pack, you would make $70, plus you would also make $30 because the customer from month one would get their second month's order of Shakeology. Guys, this is where I started to pay attention, because I was like, oh, wait a second. So in month two, I got paid $30, but I didn't do any more work. Like, that person had already signed up. Beachbody ships the product. I just get $30 extra dropped into my check. And check out how this adds up. This is if you signed up one customer a month. Can you do that? Right? Anybody can do that. You can find one customer a month, right? Almost $3,000 at the end of the year. Would that make a difference in your life? Yeah. I'll tell you what, when I was first on this webinar, $3,000 at the end of the year would make a massive difference in our life. That's a little bit about, how do we get paid from customers? that gives you just a really brief painting of it. The second way is through building a team. And that starts by finding 2 business partners. And it goes on from there. But think about it. Like, can you find 2 other people? Yeah. Like, anybody can find 2 people. When I first got signed up, my mom and my wife, boom, boom, same day. I signed up as a coach. First thing I did, signed up my mom and my wife right after that same day. And the reason that I did that is because I wanted to start having the ability to earn residual income. Residual income. That's what got me excited about this business. And until you became an Emerald coach, you can't start earning from your team. You can't start earning, Shane introduced and talked about over 25,000 coaches. We collectively work together. There's going to be people helping you out. There's going to be people placing other people underneath you. It's crazy, but you can't start earning from them until you get to that Emerald level, until you sign up to coaches, and you also start to get free customers from Beachbody. Guys, this is my favorite slide. It gets me so excited. This is why I'm so passionate, and this is why we focus a lot on our team about teaching people not just how to share the products, but how to share the business opportunity. You see 2 numbers there, right? $18,000 and over $3 million. You want to know something crazy? Those people, those 2 coaches. So it says the $3 million one, I'm pointing at it like you guys can see it. The $3 million one is the highest earning coach in the company. The $18,000 one is the highest earning coach who just sold products. They're not working harder. That coach that earned the money at the top isn't working harder. They're working smarter. They're focused in not just on selling products, because you can only sell so many products. But if you focus in on bringing somebody in, giving them the experience, helping them to fall in love with this company, and then helping them they start to become a business partner, right? Then not only did they come in, they had an experience with the products, then they decided, hey, you know what? I can do what Jesse just did. I can do what Shane just did. It's a focus on helping people with the products, and then also paying it forward one level deeper. Paying it forward by, if I sponsor somebody and they come in and they start helping other people, then I'm able to help a lot more people indirectly. That's probably the best way to word it. I'm able to help a lot more people, but it's not me doing it directly. It's me doing it indirectly. Does that make sense, guys? I can't see your comments, but write yes, type whatever. I don't know if you guys are chatting away in the comments, but if it makes sense, thumbs up. If it doesn't, tag me in there and I'll help to explain it more. All right. Why Beachbody? Why now? I'm just going to rip through this, guys. Listen, Beachbody spends over $100 million a year. What does that mean for you? You don't have to go out and prove that this is a legit company. Your friends, your family, all the people on social media that you're talking to that are seeing your stuff, they're already buying Beachbody stuff. Why wouldn't they just buy it from you? There's no sales quota. You can sign up as a coach and never do a thing. Just enjoy the 25% discount. The cost to get started in this business is ridiculously low. A couple $100. Come on. It's the only company that gives you leads and customers. There's no inventory. When you sign up as a coach, you don't have to buy stuff and then sell it to other people. Somebody just goes to your website and then Beachbody ships it to them. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You got nothing to lose. We're going international. We've already gone to Canada. We've already gone to the UK. There is a lot more in the pipeline. Trust me. You don't have to go there. You don't have to travel. You don't have to do any of that. You can if you want to. P90X, 21-day fix, Insanity, Chalene Extreme, Turbo Fire, whatever, Body Beast, Hammer and Chisel, 80-day. We didn't even talk about 80-day obsession on this. Ask your coach about 80-day obsession and what we have going on with that. All this gives you instant credibility, but here's the number one reason. You don't want to look back 5 years from now and remember the time that you were on this webinar and that you had the opportunity to get in on this ground floor opportunity because you said Beachbody's already passed, or you said, I'm not fit enough. I don't have the money right now. If you don't have the money right now, you need to do this more than anyone else, right? So what happens next? What happens when you sign up? First of all, you sign up, you're going to get welcome steps from Beachbody and from your team. You're going to get a getting started right call with your coach. And if your coach is on here and they don't do a getting started right call, they better do a getting started right call with you. You're going to do a getting started right call with your coach. They're basically going to give you your first month to 3 months business plan. You're going to work one-on-one with your coach, and you're going to work in group with your team, just like we're working in group right now. Listen, this system is set up that you can succeed. You, not everybody else on this webinar, you can succeed regardless of your fitness level, experience, resume. You can succeed as long as you have that self-motivation. And we're going to be in this together. You're not going to be left to figure it out on your own. All right, so insert that legal disclaimer that we started with in the beginning. You're going to begin, if you follow this system, you will start earning money in your first month. Insert legal disclaimer. You got to do the work. All right. What next? Get with your coach or whoever invited you here. Figure out what package you're going to purchase. Get signed up and then just have fun with this. Like, don't take it serious. Don't get into sales mode. Just share this. Share it from your heart. Share it from your passion for it, and just have fun with it. So I'm just going to end it. I want to hand it over to Jesse, and but will you join us? Like, we want people out here. We want people who want to do this. We don't want people we've got to twist their arm and all that. I want to stop talking because I want to give Jesse a chance to talk, but I want to thank Jesse, and I want to thank Shane for giving me the opportunity to do this, and then Candace and all the other, we've got a whole leadership group that put all this together. And Jesse, I would say all your accolades and stuff like that, but I just want to say I love you and your family, and you guys are awesome. And now you can talk.
I'm like over here, heart thumping like 90 miles an hour, getting all sweaty. So you guys, it's still, I remember Shane was saying this earlier before we even started this, like still 6.5 years later on a webinar that I joined in way back when, that's just like this one. And now I'm talking on this one. I'm still like a kid in a candy shop. Like, I'm still so excited. I'm still so nervous because I'm so excited for you guys and for you guys to be inspired, just like I was 6.5 years ago. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I was that girl and still am that girl that hates to be sold to. If I have a need or a want or a desire, I'm very self-motivated. I'm going to seek it out. I'm going to do research. I'm going to find something. And I'm going to tell you two things. I loved fitness and my nutrition sucked. I was a personal trainer and I was a nutritionist before I started coaching. I loved fitness. I loved food. I was so focused on helping everybody else that I had the fitness thing going on, but I wasn't disciplined enough in the food to take care of myself in that area. And I was one of those customer leads that Keith was talking about that came through the lead wheel 6.5 years ago, because I stumbled upon Shakeology when I was at a Turbo Kick instructor training course. And of course, I'm like Chatty Cathy. If you know me, I will talk your ear off. So I'm going to try to keep this short. I went up and I was talking to her, just trying to create small talk during our intermission. And I asked her what shake she was drinking. And she told me Shakeology. And I literally am like, what the heck is that? Like, I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want her to sell me on anything. Went back, wrote it down, came home from class, started researching it, just like Shane was talking about the opportunity. I started researching Shakeology and going through with a fine tooth comb. I had no Beachbody experience. I'd never heard of Beachbody. I'd heard of P90X, knew nothing about it, Long story short, decided to try Shakeology out for the 30-day money back guarantee. Somewhere, somehow clicked on a box to be a coach, and have no idea how it happened, but it's the biggest blessing, you know, in our business, right? That's why I'm here today. Is I had some sort of accidental mistake that ended up being a blessing that completely changed the course of our life, because I made a decision to do something with it. And I was contacted by my coach, Lisa, and I even denied it. I was like, I didn't sign up as a coach. You know, I think you are the wrong person. But let me tell you, I listened to her story. And as a personal trainer and a nutritionist, what I heard was this single mom that her life had completely changed. Her health had completely changed because of Shakeology. And I immediately was inspired. It gets me choked up. I immediately was inspired because I knew that if this product single-handedly could help her make that big of a difference in her life, and my passion for fitness and helping others, that I could take this one product and share it with the world and help so many people make that exact impact in their life so that they could be around longer and healthier for their babies. And right then and there, I was like, tell me what I need to do. I was all ears, because I connected on a level that I saw an opportunity for me to be able to help so many people with this one product. It took just a little bit of education. I hadn't even tasted it myself. To be honest with you, at that point in time, I didn't even care what it tasted like. I was so excited about the nutrition. That was it. It could taste like garbage, but I knew it wasn't garbage because I had researched it. I knew what was in it. You guys, I was paying $70 a month for crap protein. It was just protein powder. Then I was paying for multivitamins and all these other supplements, like $180 worth every month of supplements that I still had poor nutrition. My body still needed more nutrients, and I was not doing anything different. Shakeology was the thing that I was doing different, that I was making the decision on. And after listening to my coach's story, I saw a way for me to help so many people outside of my little town truly make an impact in their life with one shake a day. I wasn't even thinking about the fitness side at this time. I didn't even see, you guys, the business opportunity until I was on a webinar. And when I first heard about this opportunity, I was completely inspired. I still had no clue what I was supposed to do, but I had a willingness to be a student. I had a willingness to figure it out and put my head down, and I did not care what anybody thought. I wasn't thinking about what other people thought. All I was thinking about was, who am I going to help today? Who can I help today? Because I knew I had this product that could make a significant difference in somebody's life if they just drank this one shake every day. And I was convicted. I was completely convicted. I did the research myself. And you guys, I put my head down and I got to work. And I literally failed my way forward. Every time I would screw up, I'd fall flat on my face, I'd get right back up, and I would try again. And they said there was this thing called personal development, that I should do personal development. I'm like, I'm happy. Like, I'm a positive, happy person. Like, I don't even know what really personal development is. But what I realized was, as I went through this business and as I stumbled and as I screwed up, all these doubts, all these fears, all of these like things came in your head. That's where I came into play with personal development. I am not the person I am today from where I started. I'm totally different. I've had a complete transformation, you know, because of personal development. Like, the sky is the limit with this opportunity. Like, I literally share it with everybody and their brother that is listening, because this business has changed my life, and I have watched it change so many other people's lives. And it was simply because I had a drive and a desire to help other people. I remember at the beginning, Keith was mentoring me, and he kept asking me, what is your why? And I was like, why do you keep asking me this question? What do you mean, what is my why? My why is just to help more people make a difference in their life. And I didn't understand what he meant until I started seeing the fruits of my labor, until I started seeing the compound effect kick in. every day I was showing up, I was drinking my shake, I was sharing my journey. And mind you, I had no idea how to share on social media. I totally screwed that up, failed my way forward. We all did on that. And I'm not tech savvy. If you know me, I am not tech savvy. So I've totally had to figure that out too, but I had a willingness to do so. And as I started showing up, as I started inviting, as I kept putting one foot in front of the other and doing the things that they told me to do, what we call the compound effect started kicking in. And I started seeing people say, yes, I want to try it. I'm like, what? Wait, what? You do? And then I started seeing their results, and I started seeing them lower their cholesterol and go off their blood pressure medicine and truly be showing up better for themselves and living a healthier life and leading by that example for their children. And I just had this passion and this fire that just kept igniting more and more and more as I kept going. And then something happened. I realized I was building a business. I realized that because of everything I was doing, I was building a paycheck that was far surpassing what I was doing in my full-time job. I was hustling. I was working 40 hours a week, working from client to client to client as a personal trainer and a nutritionist. My little girl would be in the back seat of my car driving from client to client to client with me. And I loved what I did. I loved helping people. But I was in debt. I was chained down. I was stressed out from it. And I was always trying to figure out how to earn more money. And here I had this opportunity right in the palm of my hand that I was doing just that with. And because I was so focused on helping people, so focused on serving people, so focused on inviting and sharing this gift and this opportunity with people, here I realized I was changing my family's life, and I was building a paycheck that surpassed my income, that surpassed my husband's income, that surpassed our combined family income, started doubling it, started tripling it, paid off debt. We're finally traveling and doing things that we never could afford before, because I made a decision to show up, because I made a decision to put one foot in front of the other, even when I had no clue how to do it. And here I sit 6.5 years later, still like sweating bullets underneath, my heart thumping 90 miles an hour, getting all choked up and all emotional, because still 6.5 years later, I cannot believe that this business has provided our family the ability to completely change and create freedom. And I will share that with everybody out there and their brother. And I will continue to put one foot in front of the other to show people what is possible. Because this business is simple. You have to show up. You have to be consistent every day. It does not take a lot of time, but you have to have a willingness and a heart to serve and help other people get out of their own way to become the best versions of themselves, using these products, using these programs, and plugging them in to this amazing community of support and love, which is our family. We talk about, you hear this is our second family. You guys, these are like-minded people that you get to be surrounded by, that are going to lift you up. They're going to challenge you, and they're going to help you be better and stronger than you ever have been. And 6.5 years later, completely, I look at our life today and think, in this journey, I've struggled with fertility. In this journey, we've had lots of, tornadoes, you could say, highs and lows, goods and bads. Like, that's life. We all have life happen. And when you are surrounded with a community, you get to work from home, and you have the ability to single-handedly impact lives while working around your family schedule, while my kids and my family and my husband are upstairs, and I can be on this call sharing my passion and my journey with you guys. That is what this business is all about. You have the ability to invite your friends, your family members, and guess what? As you continue to show up and share, you start reaching, people start following you that you had no idea who they were before you started this journey. because 6.5 years later, I'm working with people that I have never met. But because of this opportunity, I have the ability to be in contact with them and help them in a way that 6.5 years ago, I never could. And that is what this business is a complete gift. And I will never be stingy with this gift. I will share it with everybody. And I hope to God that you do your research and you think long and hard about this process, but don't think too hard. Just take action, because you have nothing to freaking lose. Like, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Like he said, you don't have the money. You're not going to have the money later if you're not willing to do something different.
She's all fired up.
Right? Seriously, you guys, I always hear people say, oh, I don't have the money. But he said, if you don't have the money, you need to do this. You need to take action, because your circumstances will not change if you don't change. Bottom line, how do you want to show up for your kids? How do you want to show up different for your family? What kind of person do you want to be? How do you want to lead by example? Do you want to keep being that Debbie Downer, or do you want to have a positive mindset and look at yourself every day in the mirror and love the person that you see and that you've created from the inside out? It's your choice. You have the ability to do something about it, or sit there and not do a damn thing. It's your choice. I chose to change. And because of it, 6.5 years later, I'm healthier, happier, more confident. I am stronger. I am leaner, and I have a second baby. And I will tell you, this business has blessed us through and through. And I've watched it bless so many other people because they decided to do something with it and get out of their own head, because we've all had struggles in this life. No one's is any different. You have to be the difference. And you have to show people what is possible. It begins with you. And that's all I got for you guys. I get all fired up. I'm sweatier now because of it. And I'm sure my family upstairs is like laughing at me, like, oh, here she goes again. And that's it. That's all I got.
I'm speechless. I'm like, I got nothing. No, you know what? Thank you, Jess. It's so awesome to hear from you. And thank you, everyone who's still on this call after 59 minutes. That's awesome. So like I said in the beginning, guys, please make sure you speak to the coach that invited you. They clearly saw something in you and believe that this would also bless your life. We appreciate you. Thank you again for taking the time. Thank you, Keith, so much for your time and for sharing your expertise. And Jessica, thank you for your passion and for always lifting me up. With that, we will end for tonight. Thank you, guys. Have an awesome night, and we'll hopefully see you really soon right on our team.